What is going on, Cowboys fans? I already know, man. A lot of people are waking up dejected. You're waking up disappointed. The whole week just has a gray tint over. You walk outside and everything just looks kind of sad. I know, man. Dallas looks like downtown Detroit right now. I get it. But I just need to say this because I'm starting to actually recognize what the problem is with our fan base and why we see these huge swings of emotion back and forth depending on what's going on. I don't know if anybody has ever told you guys this, but everybody that's watching this video, I need to say this because it's very important to you as a fan, as a Cowboys fan. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not need the approval or validation of any other fan base or even any other Cowboys fan to validate or to make you feel good about being a fan. You don't need to explain yourself in your support of your team. You don't need to explain why you're a fan for your team. And most importantly, be upset, be angry, feel it. Feel the emotions of the season because that anger is the thing that makes you appreciate the happiness and the success when it does come even that much more. Absolutely, I get it. It's part of the game. But what you don't need to do, bruh, don't base your anger off of only because they are going to give you a hard time when you lose, bro. Don't allow your fandom for your team to be impacted on a week-to-week basis depending on the level of success of your team, y'all. That is soft. That is weak-minded. That is the definition of being a fair weather fan. You're only a fan when it's sunny outside. You're only supporting your team when it's sunny outside. No, guys, we have to be able to stand out there without an umbrella out in the rain with them sometimes too. Do not allow anybody else to impact the way that you fan, bruh, in a negative fashion. Do not allow anybody else to make you exist in a negative space when we do lose, because there's going to be times where we lose and there's going to be times where we disappoint ourselves when we lose. Just like the Lions game. We all wanted that one. We wanted that revenge. I wanted it more than anybody. I sat up here for a full week and talked smack with my full chest, but guess what? The whole time I talked smack, I said, I am doing my job. Regardless of the outcome of the game, I'm doing my job as a fan. I'm not going to fan scared. I'm not going to allow other people's opinions to impact my support or level of support for my team. That is weak-minded, and it is soft. Let's get into Brian Schottenheimer sounding off after the Week 14 loss to the Detroit Lions. Man, shut your up. All right, I just had to drop that on y'all real quick, man. I'm starting to notice that a lot of people y'all are allowing the opinions and how other people are going to respond and needing the validation of other fans, of them letting you know, hey, you're not a delusional Cowboys fan. Who cares, bruh? Are they going to send you an award? Man, who gives a damn if somebody can look at you and say, you're not a delusional, you're realistic? Are you getting a stipend in the mail? Are you getting a check from that? Are you getting a award from that? Are you getting anything tangible from another fan, from another fan base, or another Cowboys fan who actually just hates their team because they hate life for real? So that is reflected on everything that they put their hands on. That's really what's going on when you see these people that just look like they just hate the Cowboys, but they are fans of the Cowboys because their lives are miserable, bro. And I'm trying to get y'all away from that a little bit. I'm trying to separate y'all's emotions, trying to keep y'all outside of your emotions in a sense, especially during negative times. But let's go ahead and take a listen to what Shotty got to say, man. I need y'all to relax, bro. Quit letting other people impact the way y'all move, bro. That's weak. It's weak.
We're just going to keep playing. We don't control who wins and loses. We just control what we can do. I'm really proud of the group. I told them that, 4 games, 17 days, battle their asses off.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, bro. Like, I guess this is why I'm not so upset, because this is like, damn. Yes, it would have been great for them to run the table. Yes, it would have damn near guaranteed us a playoff spot had we run the table. Guess what? We're still not out the playoff race. We are still very much so in the playoff race, and because of how other people's schedules shake up, it's still a very, very good chance we could make the playoffs. No matter what the percentages, breakdowns, and all that stupid stuff is right now, there's still a very good chance we could make the playoffs based off of who other teams have to play still. But they no longer have any room for error if that's the case. Now, they lose a game, they're effectively done in the playoff hunt, okay? But I'm just saying, bro, we got to relax.
We knew tonight that it was going to come down to a couple things. We knew we had to take care of the football and take it away.
But 4 games in 17 days is wild. 4 football games in 17 days is wild, bro. So that you got to start looking at some of that, too, when we're evaluating this film and looking at how the trenches were fighting last night, especially on the defensive side of the ball. We already know Quentin Williams. He was dealing with a rib a couple of weeks back. So 4 games in 17 days, NFL kind of cucked us with the schedule, I ain't going to lie. And then the schedule get right back weird after this little 10-day break. It's a lot of strange stuff going on with the schedule for the Cowboys this year.
Didn't do a very good job with that. And then we knew we had to win the trenches, and we didn't really do that. So thought they played hard, gave up too many explosives, and then, of course, just couldn't. When we get a little momentum, we just couldn't get a stop. And so the complimentary football wasn't what it's been over the last couple weeks. And when you play a good football team like this on the road,
I love that.
Unfortunately, when you do that, it's going to be hard to win. Yeah, they're fast. We got guys that can run, too. I felt like we didn't tackle great. When they got in the perimeter a little bit, I thought they hurt us. We have to look at that. But it's an explosive football team. Thought, Goff played very, very well. But we just gave up too many explosives. Explosive run. Montgomery hits explosive run. Big play, Jamison Williams after we made it, one-score game. And, those are things that we have been doing over the last, 3 weeks. And we didn't do it tonight.
Clarence Hill, detail on us. Was anything going on with Pickens? It didn't seem like he had the same energy tonight.
No, I don't think so. I want to look at it. I mean, he was being doubled. The minute CD went out, they just decided to play everything 2-man over there and try to double him and take him away. But I don't think so. Really proud of Flournoy, him stepping up. I thought CD before the injury was outstanding. We knew we'd hit some explosives, and unfortunately,
ain't gonna lie, I'm sure when Shotty goes back and look at the film, he gonna talk to George. He gonna pull George in his office and let him know, hey man, like this is what we can't ever see from you. Because on the sidelines, he probably wasn't really absorbing what George Pickens was doing, like kind of the energy he was giving off. But it absolutely looked like George Pickens' energy was down or his head was taken out of the game or something.
We just, we weren't very good in the red zone. Kicked too many field goals. And
that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's okay, though. We ain't got to get them out of Dallas. We ain't got to burn people at the stake just because they do something bad or have an off moment or something. Guys, like, damn, relax, bro. Y'all are, man, relax. Like, the losses be hurting me, bro, but what hurts me more, and honestly, what's more annoying, not even hurts me, what's more annoying is having to deal with how emotional too many of y'all can get. Way too many of y'all can get. And I'm trying to put this in proper perspective for some of y'all, because damn.
Against a team like this, you can't kick field goals.
Relax. Let it play out.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. It's not ultimately what decided the game.
Ryan Towers with ESPN, you got to a one-score game a couple of different times. The 3rd and 6, they got Jameson on Marquise. Is that just a scheme? They schemed that up on you?
Yeah, it looked like it was a fire zone. And sometimes, based on the pieces, how they get in there, 1, 2, and 3, there's matchup things. And obviously they made the play. Really good throw by Jared. But again, I thought we were pretty good on 3rd down on defense. And in the red zone, we weren't very good. So again, to me, in this game, you look at it, they were 4-5. I think in the red zone, we were 1 of 3. We're kicking field goals, they're scoring touchdowns. And again, when you play on the road against a really good football team, you can't do that. And unfortunately, that's why we stand here tonight.
When you look at the pressure that Dak was under, were you surprised that the way that they were attacking up front? Is that how they go?
No, that's the way they play. I mean, this team has a play style that I really respect. I really respect Dan and the job.
I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm surprised because Detroit was actually struggling with their pass rush this season. I think they had like 4 sacks over the last 4 weeks or something like that before this game, and they had like 4 last night or something like that, like early. So I am surprised. I didn't think their offensive line would get manhandled that much, but I think this game absolutely showed you why Tyler Guyton is the starting left tackle right now. I think this game absolutely showed you the difference between a backup and a starter. That backup, Nate Thomas completely fell off of a cliff in the second half, y'all. His stamina was completely shot, and it showed. He was getting beat every single drop back.
Told Coach Shepard after the game, ton of respect for him. First year coordinator, and they gave us a bunch of fits, especially early in the first half. We were struggling to kind of find our rhythm in the first half. Thought we made some good adjustments coming out of half, but Hutchinson, McNeil, I think Muhammad had 3 tonight. You're not going to win many football games when you're doing that. Yeah, concussion. Saw him, talked to him after the game, and he'll be in the protocol.
Frustration. Just don't be frustrated because another fan is making you frustrated. Just be frustrated because of the outcome and then move along.
Thank you. Your guys' special teams covered quickly on kickoffs where it seemed like it was a great field for the Lions most of the night.
Yeah, for sure. The field position felt like it was, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but they seemed to be starting around the 40. We certainly didn't cover very well. And I thought that that kind of flipped the field. We gave them a bunch of short fields, and we have to look at why that was. And we'll do that. Certainly an area for us to clean up.
Yeah, because it's happening too much. It's happening too much, man.
What goes into fixing that, and just what the messages to him on the sideline to kind of try to take that away? Is that backing up for almost the same game on second drive?
Yeah, again, Turp knows better than that. It's pretty simple. Tommy, just don't do it. I mean, if you put your hand up, you can't run.
Yeah, I don't know why Turp keeps doing that.
Decisive
shit.
with it. And if you do, then don't run.
Yeah, Turp has really been. Has Turpin been a net negative on special teams this year? Because it's kind of felt like he's been a net negative this year. And that's why I say, bruh, sometimes when you take your aces out of their places and you take a master of one trade and try to make him a jack of all, meaning you take a excellent return man and now he's trying to run the ball out the backfield. Now he's trying to run routes as a receiver. Now he's working out of the slot. Now he's on the boundary. Now we've started to see his special teams ability take a step back because now, bro, he's doing weird shit on special. Turp has been doing weird stuff on special teams all year.
How many days it was?
17.
Finally have a long break now. How much do you feel like that's the year?
Again, we keep playing. I mean, we're ready. We'll play anybody anywhere. It doesn't change because you lose to the Detroit Lions when you don't play very good. We did not play very good tonight, and that's why we lost. I'd love to play them again tomorrow if they let us. They're not going to let us do that, so we do have a little bit of time. Like somebody asked me the other day, we can dive into a little bit of self-scout stuff, over these next couple days and clean some things up. But the biggest thing we got to clean up is the turnovers on offense. We're loose with the ball, and it's got to be better.
Yeah.
I think Cal shut out what it is.
Jake
They
Ferguson.
started out, looked like they were almost not even trying to run. And you had a lot of pressure on the golf. How do you feel like that turned into a night where you gave up 44 points?
Yeah, again, I agree with you. I thought early on, we ended up holding them in the first drive, but I thought we got great hits on them. And
Yeah.
one thing Jared does a really good job of, you watch him, he'll throw the ball away at the feet of the guys and not get sacks, but we were rushing him really well. I thought they made some good adjustments. They started chipping us a lot, kind of, trying to slow down our games. And, they got the ball on the perimeter quite a bit on us, Tim, which kind of hurt us. Little dump passes out there to Jameer Gibbs and Jameson Williams and those guys. I thought Jared made some great throws all night. A few times we had tight coverage, and he put the ball in the one spot we couldn't make the play.
There was some confusion in the way the ref announced your challenge, final challenge. So
Yeah.
did you think you had the right challenge?
We did, yeah. We thought he was out of bounds, and we knew that we were going to use a timeout anyway, so it was worth just throwing the challenge flag. But, yeah, I guess I'm 0 for 1. It's another loss tonight.
Dave Hope, Associated Press. Obviously, you don't want to try to find good goals and things like that. But you talk about performance from your kicker, not just tonight, especially today.
Yeah, he's incredible. I'm sure he set another record tonight. He's just an incredible kicker. We certainly don't want to do that. We pride ourselves on being able to score points and touchdowns, and we certainly have the guys to do that. But Brandon he's just incredible. I mean, you jog him out there, and it's just he's going to put it right down the middle. And again, I go back to the protection's really good. But again, I love what we have with both Banger as the holder, Trent Sieg as the long snapper. I think that's critical. But it is a luxury that I've never had before. And, I mean, you don't hesitate. 60, 55, you don't even hesitate. And unfortunately, we use his leg too much tonight.
Behind the start of some of these games, can you pinpoint AJ's that nonsense? Can you pinpoint why?
No, it's a fair question, Calvin. I think that's what we'll look at, these next couple of days, because I feel like that was the case, obviously, against Philadelphia. Spot them 21, and then Kansas City were down 7-0. And, we weren't very good on offense in the first quarter, first half. They had a few things that challenged us that, again, I thought we made some adjustments to, but certainly the pass rush was a factor.
We're talking about the number of games in 17 days. At some point, you haven't had, obviously. That where you guys at some point is catch up to you? Does it catch up to you?
Yeah, I don't think so. That's not the reason that we put the ball on the ground. That's not the reason we didn't get stops in the red zone. I just think we didn't execute very well, and that starts with me. The staff, we got to take a hard look at ourselves.
I respect this press
I thought they had a really good plan on both sides of the ball, attacking us, and we have tonight. We'll look at it on the plane, and we'll talk about it some more tomorrow before we get into some of the self-scout stuff.
When you look at how you approach the road, and I know you had Jets Raiders and the Jets, but with the Denver game, the Chicago game, with tonight, I don't know if there's any commonality with you guys not having it on the road, having your best performance.
Yeah, I understand why you asked the question, and we certainly need to win games. I told the guys that. You have to learn how to win on the road against good teams to go where we want to go. And we haven't played very well on the road at times. And so I think it's more of us focusing on the little
It's a
things. It's not the
step, man.
travel. It's
Hey,
not,
bro, this is all part of the process, man. This is all part of the process. It would have been great for us to just capture lightning in the bottle and just do the impossible in one season and then all of us be happy after this year. Absolutely. But when you're seeing something be built the right way, you have to see it go through the proper steps. And we're seeing this team go through the steps right now. That's what's happening. And it's hard for some fans to stomach it. It's hard for some fans to sit through it. It's hard to not make it look at it like, oh, it's the same old Cowboys. I get it. The Cowboys had a chance last night to silence that rhetoric. They did not silence that rhetoric. So now we have to continue hearing morons and people that are being lazy talk about, oh, same old, same old, same old. We have to continue hearing that now because they failed this opportunity to change that rhetoric. They did. So
that stuff. I
it
mean,
is.
we'll take a look at everything though. We'll take a look at walkthroughs when we're doing walkthroughs, when we're doing meetings, all those things. And but at the end of the day, the execution today, Clarence was just sloppy, and that's why we sit here tonight with a loss.
Brian, the opening of the third quarter, you probably coming out of it thinking, okay, we kind of got back into it late. How did that is that any kind of turning point in your mind with that started?
The interception?
Yeah, the interception.
Yeah, guy jumped it. Again, you guys been putting everything out there about slants all week. And so he jumped one, and we actually hit it. We hit a couple. I did say that. Well, we did. We hit a couple too. But man, I wish I would have had Sluggo on there. But I was trying to get off to a positive start. We lost first down. Tonight. I really felt that we've put ourselves in long yardage situations. We lost first down, and I think on both sides of the ball. So when you're calling the game, if you're Dan and you're 2nd and 3, 4, whatever, you feel great. And when you're on the other side of it, you're 2nd and 9.
And that's the other thing I don't understand, bro. Our Cowboys media, and I noticed that all week. I was like, bro, why are people doing this? Our Cowboys media, whether it's a media person or a local reporter or a content creator, why do y'all spend so much time trying to show people how to beat the Cowboys? Why do y'all spend so much time trying to make it very obvious what you need to do to beat this team? I don't get that. It's like y'all highlighted something that's been working for us to the point to where it had no choice but to gain national attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that was part of what happened or not. I'm just saying our media has very destructive tendencies. Just like as soon as we had another 3-game winning streak, oh, Clayton Adams is going to be a head coach in this league. It's like, bro, shut y'all bitch asses up. Why y'all doing this stupid stuff, man? If you are a Cowboys personality or Cowboys figure, you should not be doing anything that takes away from the Cowboys pie, bro, period.
2nd and 10, it's a little bit more difficult, and the play sheet seems to shrink.
There's been a lot of emotions in the last month for this team. How do you make sure that this loss doesn't deflate what has gone on?
Special group of guys. They're not going to let that happen. This is a special group of guys who are disappointed. They're disappointed because we let an opportunity to win a game on the road against a good team get away from us. But we'll pick ourselves up. We'll go back to work, and we're guaranteed another championship opportunity next week against Minnesota.
And I know he came back, didn't miss a snap or anything like that, but bang pretty good on one of the snaps returns. How's he doing?
He's sore. Yeah, he should be sore after getting hit that much. And that's, again, we talked a little bit about it. I think we've been one of the best teams in the league at protecting him. And so kudos to them. They did a great job. And we got to look at, how we protected up front and what the issues were. There certainly were issues because you can't have your quarterback taking those kinds of hits and be successful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that got banged.
Same round of play, but how much of a surprise is that for you that he was able to go and then play some CJ?
Not at all. I mean, again, until they tell you he's out, you assume these guys are going to play. And again, supposedly don't know the young man. Great player, but supposedly he's a warrior. And so it was an important game for both teams, and they got the best of us.
And then was it close at all? Was Jade any thought he possibly played him or?
Yeah, it was close. But at the end of the day, we made the right decision not playing him. And, we just, we're concerned that if he went out there and tried to play, that it might get worse, and then it could be a much longer injury. All right, thanks, guys.
All right, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, man. Very, very hard stuff to watch right there. It happens. And again, we didn't take the opportunity to silence that rhetoric, bro. So as of right now, we cannot get angry when people don't acknowledge that things are different because this was a key opportunity for them to really prove how different things really are. Key opportunity. And now we don't have that. So yeah, it is what it is. Either way, man, how about them Cowboys, y'all? How about them Cowboys? Y'all ain't getting no death.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.